Like a lot of you, we are doing a lot of house cleaning, and LSG is what we enjoy having a lot of fun with, calling it letting shit go. So if you ever hear us talking about LSG, we're doing a lot of it, like you are too. And in one of my recent experiences, following the threads of letting shit go, I once again bumped up against a fear of being identified. I'm doing air quotes because you can't see me. I bumped up against a fear of being identified again, and I know there's a lot of us that really have that deeply ingrained in us, that fear of being seen, that fear of being really identified as being different, and what that means. We've worked really hard for a long time to conform and fit in and blend in, and it's time for us to shine our wacky uniqueness. And so there are a whole lot of us that are clearing out all of the things that are getting in the way, all of the obstacles that are getting in the way of us being in our uniqueness, being in our authenticity. And in one of my processes, I bumped up against this old familiar fear. And it was interesting this time because I didn't try to identify the fear, I just felt it, and I let it reveal itself and just express itself, and I just watched it, I just witnessed it. And then I realized that there was this moment of, wow, we have become programmed or entrained or whatever you want to call it. We have come to this place where we are afraid of fear itself. We fear. And if you know me, if you've been hanging around me for any length of time, you know I ask these questions where it's like, okay, so I see that. Wow, we as a collective fear. Well, I wonder when the hell that started and why. Because sometimes danger is real and sometimes it's imagined. And yet fear is always an illusion. Fear is a choice. Fear is a reaction. And so I'm sitting here looking at fear of fear itself, going, well, damn. No wonder we're having a hard time cleaning house, because we have come to this place where we're so afraid of fear itself that when we start cleaning house and we bump up against a little bit of fear, and fear has a lot of names: anxiety, depression, angst, anger, rage. It's got a lot of names. Frustration, separation anxiety. There's a lot of names for fear. So what's interesting to me is I had this sudden clarity, this sudden great awareness of, we have accepted and chosen and stepped into this reality where we fear to the point where when we bump up against it, whatever we're naming it, we lock it away, we medicate it, we distract ourselves from it, we bury our heads in the sand, we lock it in prisons way down deep. I'm really good at that, by the way. I'm like, I have a special container compartment way down in the sub basement just for that stuff that I don't want to see, right? All that stuff boils to we were watching a show the other day and it was so great. This guy says, the older I get, the more the shit starts bubbling up through the tar. And I'm like, well, man, isn't that the truth? And this is the season. This is the season because where we are moving, we can't take that shit with us. It's either lighten our load or it's gonna be hurting for certain. So I felt it was really important to share this clarity that I gained about fear of fear. And one of the things that I know to be true for me and that we practice a lot is just wondering, well, I wonder what that's about. I wonder why I fear fear, why I avoid fear, because fear is an illusion. It is a construct that our mind made up, and it may or may not pertain to a real or perceived danger. In my experience, it hasn't really. Anyway, that's a whole nother story. So, staying on focus, these shiny squirrels get to going, Staying on point. I love asking these questions. I wonder why I fear fear. I wonder what would happen if I forgot to be afraid of fear. I wonder what would happen. When we're little bitty children and we go running out into the traffic, we don't know we're supposed to be afraid. Everybody around us is panicking and going, we're just like, hey, we're living our best life. We climb up on top of the jungle gym and just start acting like a bunch of monkeys, and we're like, yeah, it's all good, because we don't know fear at that point. And don't get me wrong, some fear is very beneficial. Not fear, awareness of danger, right? There's a difference. Fear is a reaction. Awareness of danger is an awareness. And then I choose what I want to do with it. Whereas fear, I'm acting completely out of emotion. I'm reacting, and it can get not pretty real quick in a lot of cases. So here I am, just sharing another stream of consciousness moment with you and inviting you to spend some time in wonder and ask the questions. What if I chose for a moment, you don't have to do it forever if you don't want to, but let's try something new, shall we? Let's try forgetting that we are afraid of fear. That fear is just something to witness and look at and go, well, isn't that interesting? And then just see what happens with it. I know in my experience, it's been as soon as I look at the fear and I go, look at that. It's just like, oh, okay, bye. And it's gone. So, have some fun playing with that today. And know that we're always sending you lots and lots of love. Love, baby. In Lakesh Alaken. I am you. You are me. We are one. And I love it. Have a beautiful day.